Hi guys, and welcome to part 2, week 2 of my 3D print Warhound Titan build. This video is a little bit different to how I normally do things. Normally I'm a little more structured in how I assemble models and what parts of the project I'm going to do. This one's been a little bit more over the place this week, just as I've wanted to test out some of the quality of the print and see how well it takes to paint and all of that sort of thing. So I guess the part which I've accomplished the most, or done the most work on, is the cockpit. 3D print the cockpit. I was just playing around with some different color schemes. I sanded this up, used some filler, sanded it up, just to tidy things so that you can't see so much of the 3D print texture. And I think at a distance it should be pretty good. It lends itself a little bit to the sort of more machined look than the sort of pristine look. And I'll be looking at, adding decals and battle damage and all that sort of good stuff later on. The paint scheme is not finalized yet. I've gone with the silver and blue, which is for the Storm Lords. The Legio Tempestus, and I know that they are, well, originally they were sort of split down the lines of Loyalists and Traitor Legions. So anyway, I've gone with the Loyalists because they were actually working with the Ultramarines and the Crusade, so I figured that was a good scheme to go with. So yeah, just seeing how we go there. And then also we had the main section here, which is not glued together yet. I was originally tossing up the idea of maybe doing some of the internals, because you have sort of servitor sections at the back there. But you know what? I'm not going to do that on this build. Maybe in another refined one once I sort of get this one done and dusted. But everything seems to gel together quite nicely, and you can see the bottom cog piece there that's going to fit into the waist. These are going to fit together like so. This will be all patched up, and then that's going to slot onto there, and you'll have the waist articulation. So that probably won't need to be glued. That'll be handy just for carrying around and that sort of thing. And yeah, so after doing some filling and sanding, put the base coat down. My next challenge is going to be to figure out how exactly to do the painting and details that I want on this section, just in terms of the color scheme. So this might be something that gets sort of done a couple of times depending on how it goes and how I decide I want to change the colors up. So but that's going to be a good chunk of the model right there. And I've also started putting together some of the leg pieces. I should be getting onto those and figuring out how I want the legs to be posed, if I need to cut any of the feet, toes on the feet, in terms of putting it into a walking pose or something like that. But so my normal strategy is to assemble all the pieces first, then do the test fit, then the glue, and then paint. But I've just kind of been, I don't know, doing what I feel like a little bit more this last week, and I was curious how it would turn out, and whether I needed to do some more filling and sanding, and what sort of level it needed to be tidied up and patched up. But so far so good. I think the end result, you always find your own worst nitpicks and things like that in any model that you build, but I think that it's going to be okay. It's like, this is never meant to be a replacement for a Forge World Warhound. But if you're just playing with mates and you want to have something that's a proxy, in a casual apocalypse game or something like that, then I think this will probably be okay. I have a pretty good feeling about how sturdy it's going to be. Like, this stuff all feels pretty good, really solid. But we'll have to see how we go with the legs and how sturdy they are. These will probably be pinned with some brass rods and that sort of thing, but I will go into that part when I get down to the legs and posing and that sort of thing. But at least for now, we've got the top section sort of where I want it to go. Quite a bit of filler was used, and sort of getting it to where I wanted it to be, and it holds paint well enough. I just used the regular sort of base coat, and yeah, so I think that the proof of concept is alright there, and we'll just keep puttering along with that this week and see how we go. And with a bit of luck, we'll get that finished off, and then we'll be able to spend some more time on the legs and getting those set up. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. If you do end up with anything like this in the future, then I'll try and highlight any particular problems that I have. But so far, so good. So have a great week, and I'll catch you guys later.